Welcome back. This panel will be on thoughts on communication. In a way, it's a follow-on to the last conversation. I will say about 2 sentences of introduction, and then we'll move on. One of our speakers is not here, so we have lots of time. And just my own thoughts on communication and what communication we should take most seriously. And that is, I think we must think about the communication that will occur by electromagnetic means with the extraterrestrials. There are 2 ways by which they might communicate with us. One is coming in person. I think if that were possible, it would have happened. It would have already happened. The fact that it hasn't happened either says that they do not communicate by that technique, at least not in the beginning, or, and this is more likely, they've discovered, as we think may be the case, communication happens much better through electromagnetic means and analogs to that. Barney Oliver used to say that in his own way. He said the reason they've not come to Earth, this is his solution to the Fermi paradox, the reason the extraterrestrials have not come to Earth is because radio works so well. And indeed, if you think through it, radio is certainly cheaper and requires less in the way of resources, and it happens at the speed of light. And that may favor it. So that's a personal view that we should be considering most seriously, but you know, anything can happen. We don't know how extraterrestrials, particularly advanced ones, might think to do things or think the right way to do things is. So we should consider everything. Now our first speaker, and I might present our speakers by pointing out that both of them are newcomers to SETI. And in a way, that's a good thing because it brings in fresh ideas, views from very different viewpoints, not the typical views from radio astronomers, as usually the case, but from different professions, but professions which have relevance and contact with the subjects we're dealing with here. Sociology, the interaction we might have with other creatures, etc. So this makes it very interesting. Our 2, in a way, newcomers are initiates to this glorious field, are in fact both from other fields. Our first speaker will be David Tatel. David Tatel has 2 things which distinguish him, at least, that I know of. One is that he is the son of Howard E. Tatel, the namesake of the 85-foot telescope, which was used in Project Ozma. And in fact, he brought his own version of it with him, which he has next to him here, which goes back to the days when his father was planning the Tatel telescope, and in fact is a preliminary design of it made into a model, as I understand it. Is that right? That's right. That's right, okay. The other distinguished thing about David Tatel, I'm not sure which thing is most important here. The other distinguished thing is that he is a distinguished judge on the Federal Appeals Court for the Washington, D.C. area. And in that role, he has had an outstanding career as a jurist. He's very respected in the legal community. And he is going to speak to us today about his take on communications with extraterrestrials.